Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to more Fan Fridays. So we have the Palossand Smeargle combo. Alright, let's just get into that one, because Palossand is an interesting Pokemon. I see some potential in singles, but its ability doesn't make sense. I don't know what it can do in doubles, but with Smeargle next to it, anything is possible. So that's going to be going up against the Garchomp Bastiodon, and yeah, that's starting off shinies too. Excellent from the community right now. So that's going to be Palossand and the Smeargle. I just have to see what happens, because I'm not the biggest fan of Palossand, but at the same time, it can still do some cool things. Like, I'm not going to give up on its power just yet. So Garchomp is going to throw out the Earthquake, as we see the Bastiodon with that Protect, just leading with a lot of power right now onto that Garchomp. Smeargle gets bodied, but that's what a Focus Sash is for, and Palossand does tank it up pretty well. So Smeargle with the Misty Terrain. Okay, we have Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini brings Misty Terrain. What are we going to do with the Smeargle then? And Misty Seed. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good right there. So we got the Misty Seed straight shore up into special defense on Palossand. Full health, +1 special defense. Alright, that's something right there. And then Smeargle. Oh, there's the strat. There's the strat, guys. Okay, I was like, wait, if Smeargle's just here to do the Misty Terrain, then what's the point of it? But no, it uses the priority of the Water Shuriken to get away with the Water Compaction next turn, and because of the special defense boost and Smeargle just being a very weak Pokemon, I just imagine you do like a minus special attack nature, you Water Shuriken, no stab and whatnot. So yeah, that is how you can get the big boosting onto the Palossand. Now, there's a little bit of RNG, but overall, Smeargle we had a lot of hits in, and that is going to be Bastiodon sturdy, keeping alive. But now, Palossand, I imagine just max special attack, max hit points, +1 special defense, and then getting an insane amount of defense. And now I don't think, wow, that is an unstoppable Palossand, guys. Holy crap. Tapu Fini comes in. So that's why I was like, yeah, so Tapu Fini, so it's pointed out in the Misty Terrain already. Well, that's going to be Tapu Fini now, and Bastiodon getting withdrawn. Can't really match up against anything right now as Gastrodon comes in. So Garchomp with that Poison Jab right there. Ooh, going for that big damage on Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini will be able to survive it. Has a good amount of like durability against those super effective hits. And then Light Screen. Garchomp's attacking the wrong Pokemon. You need to deal with this Palossand, and it has the Shore Up, so it just never dies. And max special attack Palossand does a good amount of damage. So another Poison Jab onto the Fini will be enough to take it down. But we have so much special defense right now. +1, and then the 30% reduction. And, oh, that's going to be the Gastrodon doing some moves right here. So Gastrodon is going to do something. Like, it's a Hydro Vortex, but I don't know why. Does it have, like, random Hydro Pump or Scald? It's going for that super effective hit, though. Like, that's a stab super effective Hydro Vortex. Good damage from that super effective hit, but it's just not enough. And then the Giga Drain will return and one-shot the Gastrodon. Power 4 times super effective right there, and Palossand almost gets all of its health back. So the Light Screen coming in big, the Misty Seed coming in big, and then the rest is just physical resistance right there. It was looking sketchy for a second, but then the opponent couldn't do anything. So Bastiodon back on the field right now. And I guess you just kill things. So Tapu Koko comes in with the Electric Surge. It can do damage to whatever it wants. Garchomp probably going to go and eat like Earth Power as we wait for Tapu Koko to finish off the Bastiodon. Oh, Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko will be nice for that doubles though, hitting the Garchomp for super effective damage. Garchomp will not go down and then gets that Earthquake. So big damage on Tapu Koko is incoming, but at the same time Palossand is unkillable. So Tapu Koko will go down to that Earthquake right there, and I didn't even see the defense budge on the Palossand. That is going to be the Earth Power. That is going to be Garchomp going down right there, and that's just down to Bastiodon, and that will be the GG. Oh, I'm so excited to show off some more battles. Like, at first to start off, I'm like, it's just Gastrodon, or not Gastrodon, it's the Palossand and the Smeargle, what could happen? And that is the most unique Smeargle set I've ever seen. Oh, Tapu Koko. I thought that was the opponent's last Pokemon. Either way, Tapu Koko still doesn't get to do anything. Electric Terrain's out. Palossand's ground type. Still eats a good amount of still eats a good amount of special damage. So that's something right there. But I guess, like, if you have max hit points, max special attack, you can't hope for the most on special defense. But yeah, it still works out. Like, the light screen comes in big. The Misty Seed definitely keeping Palossand alive through the worst of it. And then that's just going to be Earth Power. Will that be enough to KO the Tapu Koko? Palossand has a surprising amount of damage right there. Like, that's what I like about it. Like, you can max out the hit points, max out the special attack. I just didn't know how to make use of its ability, but apparently that's the way to do it. And it is a reliable Pokemon. I just feel that I can get blown up by super effective hits and stuff, unless you go and pump that many stats into it. So let's go and check out some more of these crazy battles. And there we go, guys. We have another battle. So same team. The opponent's got something a little different. Let's see how this one ends up playing out. So I'm just really excited. I am really excited to see what this thing can do now. I don't know. Like, I'm happy with what's going on. This is why I love Fan Fridays. This is the most unique Smeargle ever, and it's making Palossand work wonderfully. So we're going to see what other tech we can find right now. Crocodile with the Intimidate, not really going to affect much. Normally against like physical leads or something, it would do something, just not now. There's Smeargle setting up the Misty Terrain, getting the effectiveness that it needs to have. That's going to be the Seed, and then that means we don't have to worry about the Gastrodon as much, because Gastrodon with the Surf, with the Scald, could be a pretty large threat to the Palossand, but it's not going to be the worst thing. And the Foul Play, how much damage is that? Not a lot. Doing a little bit, but without any attack investment. I'd imagine like Modest Nature or something, less Foul Play damage, even though it is a super effective hit. But that's going to be a free Water Compaction for the Palossand, and Palossand actually taking the Giga Drain instead of Shore Up, and that makes a ton of sense. You know, why go for Shore Up when you know you can kill the thing that's killing you and heal more health back? It's just a win-win. That's going to also be a Citrus Berry from the Gastrodon, so more health to heal up. If anything, that makes it better for the Palossand. It doesn't have to shore up. It can just straight up heal off that instead of needing to recover again. Wide Guard from the Smeargle, playing it safe off of that Earthquake, keeping the Focus Sash alive, but no. Foul Play, even though it didn't work well, keep spamming it, and that is going to be less damage because of the defensive. Like, Gastrodon's just feeding right now. Gastrodon is feeding that Water Compaction. And then Foul Play is doing less damage. That's actually kind of nuts to think about. And there's Palossand with the Giga Drain. Also really interesting that Smeargle does have the Wide Guard. I mean, Wide Guard works. It'll keep the Focus Sash alive, and it just kind of leads to some other interesting plays from the Gastrodon. Or, I keep wanting to call Palossand Gastrodon because it's just, it deals with water things. It's a ground type tank. Like, I don't know. So Tapu Koko going to change it up with the Electric Surge, but Misty Seed's already procced, so I don't think there's too much worry right there. And Smeargle, that's the Water Shuriken turn. So not really caring, Tapu Koko can't do too much damage to the Palossand, and just making sure that the Foul Play, or whatever the Crocodile wants to do, just doesn't happen. So it's going to be 3 defense boost. That works just fine. And then we're going to see the Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko. Smeargle takes a little bit of damage. Palossand will survive, and then the Foul Play, not enough. Like, Palossand's good with that Foul Play right there, and then the Shore Up. So that's it. Like, why give it away? When you have this many stats, you just play it super defensively. You know you're slow. You know you're eating a lot of hits. Just get back up to, like, full health and then call it good. The Wide Guard, though, will outplay the Tapu Koko this turn. So I could get pretty ferocious right there. Dazzling Gleam will be blocked. Happens. And then Crocodile with that Assurance. So the Assurance coming through, but not getting the bonus damage because that Dazzling Gleam getting blocked by the Wide Guard. And then we have the Earth Power Tapu Koko with the crazy damage right there. But it survives with the Focus Sash. And, oh no! Smeargle's got the Water Shuriken! You can't survive with a Focus Sash against the Smeargle! Oh, that tech is, like, it's for the Palossand, but you can still use it as an offensive move, which is kind of dumb to think about. That's going to be the Assurance right there. Super effective, doesn't do anything. Palossand, another Shore Up. So now Palossand's, like, unkillable. We bring in Tapu Fini at some point as well. Uses Light Screen, game's over. That's the Palossand, guys. Charizard's out. Crocodile hasn't been touched, but really doesn't matter. And you can just Giga Drain the Crocodile, get some super effective healing in. Charizard Y does have that special attack. Could threaten with a Solar Beam pretty big onto the Palossand, but has +1 special defense. After we see the Giga Drain, like, there should be enough to where we don't have to worry too much for the Palossand. And Smeargle with the Taunt, though. Oh, Taunt just in case of Dragon Dance on the X, I'd imagine. Charizard Solar Beam. Charizard absorbing light. And the damage, is it going to be real? Like, that's the question on the Palossand. Ooh, big hit right there for sure. Crocodile with the assurance. Oh, that might be enough. No, it's not enough. Even with the assurance, that's going to be the Giga Drain onto Crocodile. Not like full heal, not shore up level of healing, but get some damage down. And there we go. So does Palossand just have like a random protect or something? Smeargle going to switch out. Tapu Fini comes in. So what's Tapu Fini going to go for? It has water. Like it can just blow away the Charizard, except the Sunny Day. Man, there's some interesting stuff, but Palossand will switch out, keeping Palossand up as we go into Tapu Koko as well. So Misty Terrain going to get overwritten by that Tapu Koko for the Electric Surge. Electric Surge will outspeed Dunk Charizard, and then hopefully there's just enough damage to try to do something to the Crocodile, but that's going to be the read right there. So Solar Beam, it's going to be a solid hit on Tapu Koko. Still high base damage from a high special attack Pokemon. Not enough to KO right there. Crocodile with that foul play. Well, that's definitely going to be resisted by the Koko, except it's headed for Tapu Fini. Not very effective hit right there. What was the Smeargle? So that might have been not a KO? I don't know. That's the outspeed Thunderbolt. Charizard dies. We knew that was happening. That's a pretty quick hit right there. How much damage is Tapu Fini going to drop into the Crocodile, though? That's the Earthquake. So that's going to be enough to take out the Koko. Tapu Fini is looking okay. We know that Palossand is probably... Palossand will go down to the Assurance, though. Like, it just has the damage. And Tapu Fini's setting Light Screen. I don't think that gets much done. So we still have Smeargle. We still have the Tapu, or we still have the Palossand. Oh, and the opponent's just going to forfeit right there. All right. So I guess understanding there's not much else he could do. Not a lot of damage on Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini might have Hydro Pump, Scald, Surf, anything. And even though it's already at half health, probably enough to KO even from that range with the Sunny Day up. Smeargle can do silly things like just throw out Water Shurikens for damage. Palossand, I feel like it would get outspent and died to an Assurance though. So that's kind of the battle right there, and let's go into one more. Like that's kind of the crazy thing to think about, like how much awesomeness we have from this Palossand. I never thought I'd say that ever. And we have one more battle, so let's go right into this one. This time running the Verlisify instead. Stuff's gonna happen, guys, and I'm excited for just this strategy. I don't know how it works so well. It just does what it does. And then I keep calling Palossand something random. Palossand wins. Like, it's either Verlisify or Gastrodon. I don't know why, but it seems like Palossand should have a G in its name. So that's going to be the Raichu Crobat. Oh my goodness, level 49, 47. Well, I have the submission, and we're playing out the submission anyways. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't get happy when they see that, but we've already seen this strategy work really well. It puts in the work, but I guess I think that is a good heads up. If you are submitting for Fan Fridays, try to avoid people using under-leveled or obviously in-game teams or something like that. We'll just go and play this one out anyways. So, I mean, it's going to happen. That's going to be the Misty Terrain. That's the Misty Seed. And then we're going to see how this ends up working out between the Raichu and the Crobat. Earth Power, Raichu, dead. I mean, Raichu isn't a tanky Pokemon at all. Even if it was level 50, that thing would be gone. And just every time, it's like super effective hit. Palossand gets the surprising KO. GG right there. Smeargle, what is it going to do? Has the Water Shuriken. So, Misty Terrain, Water Shuriken, the combo works. Water Compaction goes off. And I did make a mistake because I forgot. I wasn't even paying attention. Water Compaction's +2. I was thinking like stamina, like, oh, you do something, you hit your opponent, and then you gain defense. No, it's already +2. So in the last battle, Gastrodon was at +4, and then it doesn't really matter at that point. And then Water Shuriken just does exponentially less damage, and then yeah, just nothing happens. Fly from the Crobat. Confusion for the Palossand. Palossand will hit itself in Confusion, and that's just like a really good thing. You're either hitting the opponent super effective with Stab, or you're hitting super effective on a Pokemon that threatens you, like the Primarina. So you Giga Drain it, you get tons of health back, and after that special defense boost, you should be fine. Fly onto the Palossand does almost no damage. And Y-Guard protects from the Blizzard. Don't know why Blizzard. Sparkling Aria would be a better choice. Maybe not trying to hit the Crobat for damage. I don't know. Crobat's going to use Fly, so I think that's where Fly could work. You could use Fly into some kind of hitting combo like that. Crobat's going to avoid the taunt. Sparkling Aria coming through. No Wide Guard from the Smeargle. Let's see how much damage the Sparkling Aria does. Remember, at that +1, Palossand will need as much as it can to survive, and it will tank up the super effective hit, and it is confused. Palossand hits itself in Confusion again, 30% chance, but always seems to happen when it's not you using it. So Tapu Koko comes in. Well, Primarina's dead. Outspeed, Thunderbolt, gone on the Primarina. Crobat's kind of interesting because we know it's level 49, so it's going to be slower than the Tapu Koko. So it's not like you can predict a speed tie, Crobat fly into shenanigans. Primarina goes down right there. And that is going to be Crobat with the fly onto Palossand. The damage is not adding up when you're at +6, and Palossand snaps out, gets the shore up. Mad healing for sure. I had to stop myself after that one. Like, I didn't even I meant to say for sure, guys, and then that was just like the most natural pun I've ever made in my life. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Light screen from the Tapu Koko. Just anticipating a Shadow Ball from the Alakazam. Crobat with that Cross Poison as well. Big damage on Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko will not go down. Alakazam with that Shadow Ball. And Palossand just kind of works. Like, it has Shadow Ball in return to the Alakazam. Alakazam does have a big special defense. Special defense will be neutralized right there. And Alakazam will survive it with that Focus Sash. I mean, Tapu Koko outspeeds. GG. Alakazam with that Protect, though. Alakazam playing safe. Oh, no. Tapu Koko going to use that Dazzling Gleam. Not get damage onto Alakazam. Not enough to really do anything to Crobat either. So Crobat taking a little bit of damage. And that will be the Cross Poison finishing off the Tapu Koko. And Palossand, it did the damage things. And now it just needs to go for that shore up. Get as much health back. And it's going to be good. So I'm trying to think, yeah, Palossand's at +0 right now, so that's one thing that sucks when we get the special defense drop. Still has an insane amount of defense, and Verlisify comes out, so first impression, Alakazam dies. Doing something to hit the Verlisify. Oh wow, the Sucker Punch though. I love the animation for Sucker Punch. Like, it looks like the Pokemon's about to react. I like how it's actually, it takes like the opponent's animation and uses it against them. Like, that'd be cool on the Confusion as well, because like just cuts so abruptly. Palossand with that Shadow Ball, though. So, I'm not expecting insane amounts of damage onto the Crobat. Crobat will take a good little hit, and then that is going to be a Citrus Berry for the Crobat. A little bit of sustain right there, and then stuff happens. So, Crobat uses Fly, actually manages to use the Fly in like a stally kind of way. That'd be pretty silly. You know, it dodges the attacks. Verlisify with that Swords Dance, so I want to see Verlisify like hit itself in Confusion, take huge damage off the Fly, and then get like emergency exited. Shadow Ball doesn't do anything. Electricity is going to disappear from the battlefield, and I'm pretty sure this battle is now over. Crobat with the Fly on Verlisify. Super effective hit, but Verlisify has a huge amount of defensive tankiness. After the +2 on the Swords Dance, will it hit itself in Confusion? No, Razor Shell. That's going to be just fine. Crobat will go down, and that is the GG. Yeah, I know that wasn't the most competitive battle, but still fun to show off the strat. The Palossand, very awesome and surprising Palossand. Like, I just don't like Palossand's design. I don't think it's a bad Pokemon. I've actually been using it quite a bit on the on like simulators and stuff. Pokemon Showdown. I just like stockpile into Shore Up. Shore Up on such a tanky Pokemon that does surprising amounts of damage works out really well. The Water Compaction can be exploited apparently, and then you win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy Palossand battle. I'll see you guys in the next Fan Fridays.